Hello, everyone. I'm Sheldon Bartlett-Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. Happy Tuesday, Taquan.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. And on this Tuesday, we have an old friend here to visit us. I mean, I'm so excited. I couldn't even stand it. We had a whole show before the show, right, Taquan? We had a whole show before the show. I want for my wonderful friend to introduce himself, first and last name, and the name of his business.
Sure, it's Michael.Brady. I'm with LPL Financial Services in Delaware County.
Michael. We have to talk. Now, I want everybody, before we get into it, because we could talk for literally days, before we get into it, I want for people to know exactly what it is that you do. What exactly do you do?
Sure, so our tagline is we help make work optional, right? Like that's the planning, that's our goal. So we work with individuals and small businesses throughout the area on how to plan for the future. So in families, you've got education planning when you have small children, retirement planning, which is always sort of a goal that should be out there, and then estate planning as you start getting into the later years in life, and working with them to create a sustainable plan based on 7 core values that my office has put together, and we work that process and make the experience wonderful. So that's
I love that. So work is involved, just so everyone is clear.
Absolutely.
You have to work in order for all of this to come together.
You can't not, right? You have to do it. So when we sit down and set a plan, when we put the plan together, if you don't work the plan does not work, right?
It just doesn't
work.
The plan does not work. I mean, I needed that this morning. I did need that this morning. And part of the plan, right, is being able to be part of a number of things, right? It's not about living in a silo and doing it on your own. A lot of us entrepreneurs think that we are in this alone, but I think that there are other organizations out there that can help, correct?
Oh, no doubt. So, you start your business, right? And you're this visionary person. You've got this great idea and you think that you're going to implement it, and you are, and it'll take you to a certain level. But what you eventually find out is that a visionary and an integrator, the person who can get the nitty-gritty work done, are two very different mindsets, two different ways to think. I mean, I come up with 20 ideas a week. 18 of them are awful. And my staff, my integrator, tells me so.
Exactly.
The 2 that are genius, they then take and run with. And that's what drives our business to the next level. And,
I love that.
An organization that I learned a lot of that from is called EO Philadelphia. It's an entrepreneurs organization located here. It's global, so it's all over the world. In fact, I'm flying to Hong Kong to go to a conference in April that's in Macau, China for EO. It's our global leadership conference. It's going to be incredible. I can't wait to get there and network with these people. So EO was designed for business people who want to take that dream to the next level. And so here you are as the business owner working in your business, but how often do you get to work on it?
I mean, talk to me.
So EO, So EO comes around and they say, look, we've got a process for small businesses called Accelerator, where if you've got revenue from $250,000 to under $1 million, we're going to put you through a 2-year scaling up process that's going to help you get to the $1 million of revenue. That's the number. That's the threshold that you're trying to break through. Then you graduate and you join EO Philly. And you're in there with about 100 other professionals that all have businesses that do about $1 million. And why it's great, not only are there great networking events, we just took over Yard's Brewery last week and had the CEO come and talk, and it was cool, and learned a ton about that. And that's great. Those events are wonderful. But what's really powerful is you get placed in a forum of 8 to 10 business owners. None of them do what you do, and you can't do business with any of them because you're going to meet once a month for 5 hours.
5 hours.
5 hours,
again,
once
put
per
the work
month,
in.
And you are going to have your forum meeting where this board of directors is going to help you work through all of the issues in your personal life, your family life, and your business life. And you have to be able to be completely bare with them, and so they can't be your client. Right, you have to be 100% open and honest at all times. And everything we discuss in forum is completely confidential. And so you have this level of trust with a bunch of other people that are going through the same stuff you're going through. And you walk out of those meetings and you're like, I just accomplished so much.
Because it was controlled and you put the work in.
Absolutely. So the pre-work leading up to that meeting is a few hours because you really have to drill down on what is the top 5% good and bad that has happened to you over the past month in work, in family, and in life. Those 3 topics. And then we have speakers and we do presentations where we do a deep dive into a large issue that one of our members may be having, or we bring in an expert to talk about something very impactful, like, hey, you want to get your business ready to sell it? Here's how to do that. So we'll bring in a speaker that talks about that. And then we move on with our businesses. But you've really got this group, this support group, right? We've got a text group that we work together on, and we call emergency forum meetings when there's a big issue. It's awesome. And that's EO. And that's,
I love that.
You know, I have changed from that.
Really?
Oh yeah, that core values that I talk about in my business was created through my EO forum. I learned how to do that for my business at forum, and then I brought it back to my office, and my staff and I went through it.
They're probably like, what
are you doing?
Amazing.
Yeah, they were like, at first they're like, what are you doing? And then as we came up with the core values that we are now living by, they're like, this brought so much clarity to what we do every day. And it's their core values. It's not mine. They're partially mine, but it's also theirs because we all have to share in it.
I love this.
And everything we do is based on them. And so EO taught me that. The accelerator program is great for that smaller business that's just trying to ramp up. And then EO itself is just
amazing.
Out of the park. Yeah.
I think that you can't usually, I mean, not to use, you know, an analogy, but, you know, I love them. You can't see the forest through the trees, right? You can't see it. You can't see it. You know that you're functioning. You're just trying to put your shoes on, go to work, figure it out, pay the bills, figure it out. Right.
Yes.
And that time, even though you're like, oh my goodness, and a lot of these entrepreneurs are probably like, Sheldon, I don't have 5 hours. But to dedicate those 5 hours to the growth of not only yourself, but your business, you owe it to yourself.
When you boil it down to it, your forum represents less than 2% of your working hours throughout the course of a month. And so my argument is always, can you dedicate 2% of your present to build your future? And if you can't, then we've got work that needs to be done. If you can,
you got bigger issues.
Let's find out a way to get involved in an organization like EO or something just like it, because there's others out there. But those entrepreneur-driven organizations are so important for us because we get lost in the weeds. We get in that forest and we're like, I can't find my way out. You're right. I'm trying to pay my bills. Many of us have families. You go home, you've got that stuff that you have to deal with on top of work. You don't want to bring the work home, but it's always with you. When you're an entrepreneur,
it's always with you.
It's always with you.
Always with you. But this organization sounds amazing. The fact that it's global sounds fantastic. And again, the perspective that you receive from those folks that are part of this forum, I think that brings, you know, again, can't see the forest through the trees, don't know what you don't know, whatever analogy makes the most sense that I overuse. But I think that seeing that you are not alone in the progression of what you're doing is so important.
That was the first thing that I was struck by. I sat in my first forum meeting and I listened to everyone's top 5% and said, I'm not alone anymore.
I'm not alone anymore.
You know, my staff, they're different.
Yeah, they don't.
My spouse, I love Annette. I love my children. I bring those questions and concerns home. They're different.
Yeah.
We're wired very similarly, so you're not alone.
You're not alone. I love that. Okay, first of all, he's stuck with us, right, Taquan? He's stuck with us. He's stuck with us. I want him to be stuck with all of you as well. If people want to get in touch with you, learn more about EO, learn more about your core business, where would they find more of that information?
So you can email me. It's michael.brady@lpl.com. That's very simple. Or you can call me. My cell's always on. 610-416-0074 is my cell. Would love to talk to you about EO. Would love to talk to you about my business and how I can help.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so he's stuck with us. He'll be back on This Is It TV in the future. Taquan, that was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. Make sure that you follow Fan and like him. Make sure that you get in touch. We'll be right back with more This Is It TV with Sheldon Barlett Rumor.